Kia ora Year 12, this is question 6 from today's test. So we're asked to solve this quadratic, which is a quadratic over the complex numbers. So the coefficients are complex here, but we're told just to go ahead and use the quadratic formula to solve the equation. Sorry about the background noise, hope you can hear everything okay. So we just apply the quadratic formula. It's actually a pretty straightforward exam question. We've got a is equal to 2 minus I. B is equal to 2 and C is equal to 2 plus I. We just have to be a bit careful with manipulating the I squareds, and we're going to need to remember to multiply by the conjugate when we get further in. So Z is equal to negative B, negative 2, plus or minus the square root of B squared, 4, minus 4AC. So 4 times 2 minus I times 2 plus I. Hopefully you notice straight away that these are, one's the conjugate of the other, so that's going to mean that we get a real value here. We're dividing by 2a, so 2 times 2 minus I. So we're going to start by cleaning up the discriminant. We have negative 2 plus or minus 4 minus 4 times, right, so we're going to have 2 squared, 4, these go, and we have plus 1, right. Divided by 2 times 2 minus I, which is negative 2 plus or minus root negative 16 over 2 times 2 minus I. So you can see that common factor of 2 is starting to really annoy me. We're going to deal with that on the next slide. Okay, so where are we? We've got negative 2 plus or minus root negative 16 over 2 times 2 minus I. So this is Z here. And Z equals negative 2 plus or minus 4I for the square root of negative 16 over 2 times 2 minus I. Finally, I'm going to take out that annoying common factor. We have negative 1 plus or minus 2I over 2 minus I. So that gives me two values for Z, but they're not in the right form yet. So Z is equal to negative 1 plus 2I over 2 minus I, or Z is equal to negative 1 minus 2I over 2 minus I. But we must get them into the form A plus BI. So we need to multiply through each one by the conjugate. Right, Z equals negative 1 plus 2I over 2 minus I times numerator and denominator 2 plus I. What have we got here? Well, the denominator will give me 4 plus 1 and the numerator gives me negative 2 plus 4I minus I plus 2I squared, so minus 2, leaving me with negative 4 plus 3I over 5, so negative 4/5 plus 3/5 I. That's that one done. And here we get Z equals negative 1 minus 2I over 2 minus I times 2 plus I over 2 plus I. So again we've got a denominator which is going to be 5. Here we're going to have negative 1 plus 2I times 2 plus I, which gives me negative 2 plus 4I plus I. What have I done? Minus 2, so plus 2I squared minus 2, that's right, divided through by 5. And you can see in there that that simplifies to give me negative 5I over 5, which is just negative I. So these are my two values of Z. Okay, thanks for watching. The last couple of questions will be coming up tomorrow.